Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Wargaming's 29th Coming Soon trailer for World of Tanks Blitz. There's actually quite a bit of information on pack here, some new events, we got a luxury lounge, and possibly the CARRO Combattimento 45-ton will be coming back into the game, so get your wallets ready. Let's start off this video. So right at the beginning, we can see a brand new legendary camo for the AT-15. Now this is a really cool camo. I've seen it a little bit more detail, and yeah, I just think the camo looks incredibly cool. I'm not sure exactly when the update's going to be dropping, but I think the 001 has to do with September 1st. I could be wrong, but we're going to notice in a moment here that the AT-15 goes into this little secret area on Lagoon and goes into an elevator, and I think the floors on the elevator correlate to the date that the events are going to happen. So I would guess that this is September 14th. And let's see what's going on. Well, we've got a weird pretzel event. You got to get pretzels to unlock the VK4503. Now, to what I'm aware, this is going to be a free-to-play grind, because I can't imagine Wargaming's going to charge you money for a pretty mediocre Tier 7 German heavy. It does have a pretty cool camo, though. I really like this pretzel camo. I'm more excited about that than the tank, because I already have the vehicle. Overall, the VK45 is more like a Tiger, with actually decent armor at this point. Wargaming has buffed the upper plate and the turret, and the fact that the gun is really solid. It's not a bad vehicle, it's just kind of boring, so that's the way to describe it. Moving down the elevator, we go to the 16th floor, which shows us the PBR for the Leopard, and let's see what else gets PBR. The Object 704, okay, and the best of them all, the Object 268. This one looks very, very nice, very close to the PC one, and to finish it off, the Chieftain Mark 6. The Chieftain is a vehicle that has needed PBR for a while because of the fact that it's such an old tank, just like the M60. The M60 really, really needs PBR. So I am super excited for the Chieftain's PBR. Unfortunately, to what I'm aware, it's not changing the armor anywhere, even though it definitely needs a buffed turret. A little unfortunate, but at least the tank is getting some love with PBR. I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic. Here we have the 4005 with a new legendary camo. Looks kind of like a construction site. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be based off of, but it looks very, very cool. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like this camo or not. We got a crane on the back of it. I don't know. It looks cool. The current 4005 legendary camo is pretty cool as well, though, so I'm not really sure which one I'm going to run. I guess I'll have to switch them back and forth. On the 18th, it looks like we're getting a new luxury lounge event, and there's obviously the limited edition containers. The only problem with Wargaming releasing another luxury lounge event is the fact that I have already spent a lot of credits. We can see that 500,000 credits gives you 50, but that doesn't sound like a great deal. I mean, my Blitz account currently, I'm sitting at, let me see how many. I have 340 million credits. But that's not that much when you realize that I had over 2 billion last luxury lounge event, which was only probably 5 months ago. And I'm not going to be spending my free XP because I always save that for the Blitz fair. So right now, the only problem I'm having with this luxury lounge event is that I'm literally running dry of credits, which a lot of other veterans are most likely as well. But there's a bunch of cool things that we're probably going to be able to get. It looks like there's a new background, which I'm excited for. There's the Bigfoot all-wheel drive summer edition. That thing looks very cool. We're going to take a look at it in a moment. And there's also the Panther Kampfwagen for Schmaltrum, which you're going to be able to get your hands on with the legendary camo if you wanted to get that instead. So a pretty cool event overall. This is the little Bigfoot off-roader. I like it. Kind of reminds me of my old pickup truck I owned, so I'm probably going to get this in my garage if I can. We got some tanks. I'm not sure if they're saying these are just going to be... There's two options that are going through my mind. The first is that these are just going to be for sale at certain time periods. The other option I'm thinking of is the fact that you are going to be able to buy these in the tank tech trees. I could be wrong, but those are the two things that are going through my mind. But we can see the Chrysler is going to be 5,500 gold. That's actually not a bad deal for how good the Chrysler is, especially if you get double gold bundles. We have the 59 Patton at 4,500. It's an okay tank. I can't say there's anything special about it. And we have the Lech Panzer M4190, otherwise known as the Black Dog, an absolutely incredible German Tier 8 Premium Light. So Chrysler's definitely the best out of the bunch there. We're also going to see the Type 57 resurface, definitely a fantastic vehicle to get your hands on. 430 alpha, 9 degrees of gun depression, incredible frontal armor, and a really solid turret. The Type 57 is probably one of the best tier 8 single shots in the game, so I would definitely keep an eye out for this vehicle. And we also have the M41 Rev for 7,000 gold. Moving over to the higher tiers, we have the WZ114 and the T95 E6. I find it kind of ironic that the E6 is 4,500 gold cheaper than a tier 10 counterpart. Now, I can tell you now, 15,500 gold for a T95 E6 is an absolute steal. If you've managed to get double gold bundles, that's like $30 for what is about to be buffed as one of the best tier 10s in the game. So keep your eyes out for the E6. The WZ114 is also a very solid Chinese tier 9 collector heavy. I can't really say there's anything spectacular about it apart from the armor, but it's just a fun vehicle, but it's definitely not worth 20,000 gold. I would suggest to wait for it to get a bit cheaper, maybe more towards, I don't know, 10,000, 12,500, somewhere in that area. We've seen the Comp Panther 70 be as cheap as $10, $15, same for the K91 in the past, so that's what I would say is about worth it for the WZ114, especially because, as I said, there's nothing particularly special about the vehicle. Now, what Wargaming is most likely sharing here is the fact the CARRO 45-ton is going to be released again. Get your wallets ready. If you missed this tank the first time, now is going to be your chance to get it the second time. CARRO is an incredibly fun auto-reloader featuring 4 shells, 380 damage per shot, but on the contrary, it features some of the worst dispersion, in fact the worst for a medium at .344. It features incredibly irritating gun handling values, and it's not the fastest with poor armor that all pairs together to be not the most enjoyable experience in every game. I actually get heshed more in this tank than a lot of other vehicles, so the CARRO is incredibly fun, but it definitely has its fair share of downsides. Moving down the elevator, we move on to another one of these anime simp events. We have a new background we can see here. Not exactly sure what it's going to look like, but we do have a new background, and we also have some free collectible containers for any people that want to grind. So not all too bad. It looks like there's also a very, very cool legendary camo we're going to be able to get our hands on, so that's really what I'm looking at more than the event itself. Okay, moving on. What else do we have? Another event. Okay, well, I'm not sure if this one's going to be free to play. I would suspect that it isn't, but this one is going to give you the Bretagne Panther. We are also going to get some gold boosters and an unlimited supply of crates. Okay, not too bad. And that's about it. So, quite a bit of information to unpack and indulge in here. I'm really excited for a lot of the changes that are going to be arriving. Unfortunately, no news on the 114 SP2. I have a feeling that will be released within the next, I would be willing to say, month or so. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. The CARRO, definitely big news. A lot of people have been asking me, waiting for the CARRO to be released. So yeah, that's some big news. The E6 and 114, pretty cool. I'm personally still waiting for the AE Phase 1 release. But yeah, a lot of events, a lot of things here and there, so not actually a bad coming soon trailer at all, especially with the new tanks getting PBR. While the English video for World of Tanks Blitz is coming soon did not showcase the 114 SP2, it actually turns out that it is there. It's lurking in the Russian video. We can take a look here. There's actually 3 vehicles that we had no coming soon teaser of, but actually do exist and are probably coming out fairly shortly. We have the Cobra. This is the tier 9 British collector medium, a vehicle that's going to be firing Hesh, and it's going to be weird. It's got decent armor, but it's also not the fastest, nor does it have the best gun. I'm still excited for it. I think it'll be a fun tank to play, but it's a little unfortunate that it doesn't feature an autoloader. We also have the Stridsvan 81. This is a Swedish knockoff of basically the Centurion one and the RAAC. The camo looks absolutely sick, so I'm very excited for the tank because of the camo, but it looks pretty boring overall. And finishing off, there you have it, the 114 SP2 with its legendary camo. So I am kind of excited for that. The 114 SP2 is obviously a tank that's a tier 10, and I've been waiting for that one. So there you have it, ladies and gents.